WIFO FM in Jesup. Big Dog Country Radio 105.5 FM. It's now time for the morning show here on WIFO. The world-famous Butch and Bob Show is brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South Fair Street right here in Jesup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing good? Well, we've got guests in the studio with us, so who do we have?
Right now, we're going to start with the golf coach, Scott Brown. Scott, when you came and signed on with Coach Jay Beauchamp, I thought it was just good to have you back. I did a story last week on Paul Glass getting his 500th win with Jeff Davis, and I talked about how Coach Connor brought all you coaches. I saw Matt Moody and DJ Kerbo up there in Lovett, and they brought you and Craig Davis and Joe Roberts, and Jay Brinson, all those young coaches Coach Connor brought on in, and you were one of them. And you stayed here for quite some time, then you moved off and became a head coach yourself, but you're back in Wayne County. Glad to have you back.
It's certainly great to be back, and I remember those days when we were still wet behind the ears right there, and I was doing JV baseball and Coach Glass was doing the freshman baseball, and we were battling against each other. That was just a fun time. Glad we're where we're at now, but cherish the memories.
Everybody turned out to be successful. I mean, Coach Connor has eye for talent. He brought a lot of good people in.
Very, very wise old man, for sure.
But glad to have you back. And you're also with the football staff, but you're also the head golf coach, and you've got a lot of talented golfers. They just won the area championship over at Statesboro Georgia Southern campus. Kind of walked the dog. I mean, Wayne County had all the top scores. Finley Burke shot the low score of the day, over, 130-some golfers teeing it up. That must have been a fun day.
It was. It really was. Just watching those kids and how they go about their business. It's been fun all year long. But yeah, right there on the biggest stage we've been on so far, and seeing the success they have, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah, when you land that golf job, I told you you're going to love this team because there's nothing but talent out there, and they're fun to watch. I said, you go out to the country club, they're out there practicing. daily. They really put a lot of work into their craft. They do a lot of. They're just a fun group to be around and good group of kids. So just tell us who's on that golf team and who's headed the state.
Right now, Finley Burke is our number one golfer, but Antonio Warbe is our number two golfer. But those two have been nip and tuck. They've switched back and forth all year long as the 1 and 2 guys, and
both seniors, right?
They're both seniors, but so we'll certainly miss them. They're both headed to Coastal Georgia next year to play with Coach Cook, and those guys have certainly been the anchors for us all season long. But we also have Brett Malloy and Aiden Jones, which are juniors that are right on their heels. So those guys can swing it well too. And then Jacob Strickland, a senior, and Raven Woodward, a sophomore. That rounds out our top 6. And Jacob and Raven have both had solid performances all year long, and are right there in the wings, ready to help out if one of those first 4 aren't able to get it done today. Those 2 are ready to do that. But like you said, they're out there working all the time. It's fun watching them in their trade, and their business-like attitude most of the time is really admirable for young men.
And this golf state event is going to be May 20. Last year was over at Okefenokee and Waycross, but this year it's up north somewhere. Where are we going?
We're going to Whitewater Creek Country Club, which is kind of a conglomerate of, there's about 6 courses right there together in Peachtree City, Fayetteville, right there in that area. So I believe the one we're playing, the Whitewater Creek, is the old White Oak course, and then the girls, which are girls, they stood up real tall in the area tournament and finished number 3 in the area, which is awesome. They had their best day yet, and then so they qualified for state. But they'll be right at a neighboring course to Whitewater Creek. The course they'll be at is called Braylon. So we'll all be making that trip.
Both in the same area. So
yes, sir. We'll be able to stay in
different courses.
Yes, sir. We'll be able to stay in the same hotels, but we just commute to different courses.
All right. Now, will the team be able to see the course, play the course before the event? I understand this is like a private course. You have to have a member to get in. That's the big talk at the country club, that you got to have a member to get on that course. So have you been able to find a member?
Right. We have not, but we do have a practice round scheduled for Sunday, the day before the tournament. So it at least will give them a little familiarity with it, but we just won't have a whole lot of time to map out how we're going to play it and not have an opportunity to basically practice those shots on the range and what have you. But we will get a chance to see it before the big dance.
Yeah, if you just joined us, we got golf coach Scott Brown in talking about the state golf match coming up May 22nd, 23rd. 2-day event, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Where's the tough competition coming from? Somebody told me that Lovett's got a pretty good golf team as well. I was hearing that when I was doing the baseball games up there.
Lovett had, I think they shot a 283 at their area tournament, which is pretty salty. We shot a 297 to clinch our area. Of course, it's tough to compare apples and oranges because you're playing on different courses, but obviously anybody that can throw up a number like that, it's going to be a formidable opponent. Like I was telling Mr. Arardi out there, we got nine teams in 4A that finished in the top 3 in their classifications in golf last year. A couple moved up from 2A, a couple moved up from 3A, and a couple moved down from 5A. So there's a lot of very capable opponents in this field. But we just hope that we're able to stand tall when we have to.
Okay, so the team will go up the night before and get in a motel, and then just, like I said, play a practice round and then get ready for the 2-day event, right?
Yes, sir, that's right. We'll go up Sunday morning, play around, and stay up there.
Well, like I said, I know most of those guys on that team. Like I said, they're fun to be around. You got some characters on that team too. I'm sure they keep it kind of loose for you.
They do. There's all kind of mix. You got some that are wild and crazy that you got to reel in a little bit, and some that are straight liners that you try to knock them off the line a little bit just so they don't get too tight. So it's a little bit of everything, but they're all very, very good workers, very respectful kids, and it's fun to be around them.
Again, we're going to wish you nothing but the best of luck. We're looking forward to it. May 26th. What are those? Like, is that a Wednesday? Is that
Monday, Tuesday.
22nd, 23rd of May. Okay, so they go up that Sunday and play that practice round and then tee it up. Well, again, hopefully, like I said, last year I was over at Okefenokee when they came in second. And like I said, you can't win it the first day, but you kind of lose the first day. They had a real bad day the first day, but came back strong the second day, and I think missed it by like 3 shots and finished second in the state. But hopefully they can go up there, play well both days, and bring home that state title. I know talking to Finley and Antonio and Adrian Jones and Brett Malloy, that's all they talked about all summer long and all season long, that they got their eyes on the prize. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, and they put in the work too. So I feel like we'll have a good showing. Just hope it's going to be enough for us.
Yeah, well, we got our fingers crossed. We're wishing nothing but the best. Appreciate you coming in. I know you got to get back. You got year-end testing going on. Is that correct at the school?
That's right. We got end-of-course tests. So we got my classes are all testing tomorrow. So
is that algebra test going to be hard?
Not for me, but
no.
But no, it's not an easy test at all. But we feel like we've done an adequate job preparing them. Hopefully.
Well, again, like I said, just glad to have you back. And like I said, I do want to mention football. You haven't been able to get out much of the football practice, have you? Or have you?
Well, like we talked about earlier, the course out here has been closed the last
right,
3 days, so I've been able to go to football practice the last 3 days. So
a lot of talent on that football field, isn't there?
Yeah, sir.
I saw Trevin at practice, and he talked about his brother. How good's Tavion?
He's nowhere near as good as he's going to be. I'll say that.
He's just a junior this year. Is that correct?
He is. He's very, very talented, and very coachable. So he's going to be really, really good as long as he continues to work like he has been. So he's going to be really good.
Is that linebacking core going to be as good as it was last year?
We should be. Should be even better there.
Even better.
Yeah, or I feel like we will be. Since they're all back and they're all really busted their what's in the weight room to get bigger.
That was amazing. I talked to J-Bill yesterday. He said at the end of last year, Matthew Fuller was squatting 460, and now he's squatting 550. So there's been a lot of work in that weight room over there. It's all about getting bigger, faster, stronger. Are your golfers into the weight room any?
Not like they should. Not like they should, but. Now some of them do some stuff on their own. We don't do it as a group though right now.
Yeah, I told J-Bill, how about if we get them baseball players in that weight room, get them bigger, faster, stronger. That's what we got to have. Especially a guy like Logan Scarborough who threw 5 shots. I said he's 6'7" frame. Put 25, 30 pounds on him. They'll tell him how fast he's going to throw that ball next year. So
that's right.
Anyway, Coach, always good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Like I said, good luck at state. We'll be following it closely, and I said wish you nothing but the best. You and the boys and the girls. Hopefully they can bring back that state title.
That'd be nice. Thank y'all very much for having me.
Thanks for coming in, Coach. Well, Bob, who do we have up next?
Got Mr. Joe O'Reilly talk about Hospital Week, and also talk about he's my color man for spring football.
All right. All right, Joe O'Reilly up next here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Partly sunny, chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, high mid-80s. Then tonight, mostly cloudy, 40% chance of evening showers and thunderstorms, mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, upper 80s. Saturday, mostly sunny, highs upper 80s. Sunday, sunshine, isolated showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia. working to add life to your days.
105.5 FM, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, world famous Butch and Bob show here for this 11th day of May. And Bob, who do we have now for our
We got
guest?
Hospital Administrator Joe Roddy in. You heard the ads running on our station, Hospital Week, important week. So, first of all, I just want to talk about that, talk about the Hospital Week and what else taking place at Wayne Hospital.
Yeah,
Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me. But yeah, it's National Hospital Week where you get a chance to recognize all of your hospital workers here locally and throughout the country. And when you listen to our ad, it's so true. These folks are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They're there. No time was truer than during the pandemic, during the COVID situation, that these folks were there all the time. They were there to do whatever it took, and it's a nice time to be able to recognize folks for National Hospital Week. We've had a bunch of great activities. We had an ice cream social. Yesterday we had our basket giveaways, which is really neat. All of our departments make a themed gift basket, and then it's raffled off to all the employees. And so every department participates, so it's really cool. It's like over 25 baskets, and they're really neat. Some of them make a beach basket, some of them to go to the beach, a basket with recipes. I mean, the creativity is tremendous. And then today we'll have a big pizza party for lunch to culminate National Hospital Week.
Hospital's come a long way over the years. It's amazing when you drive by to see the new buildings, the new additions,
it's awesome.
Surgical. It's come a long way since you took over as hospital administrator. How many years ago?
Oh wow, I'm getting old. 2007. 16 years.
16 years.
Doesn't seem like it.
What do you think's been the biggest improvement at the hospital?
Wow, Bob, there's so many things. I think, before you can improve and grow things, you have to have a foundation. And I think the foundation has been and continues to be, it's the people inside of it. It's it's all of our coworkers, physicians, volunteers. That's kind of the foundation. And then based on having such a strong foundation, you can go out and do different things. And the oncology, recently here, the oncology program has been fantastic. Robotic surgery, we're doing robotic hip replacement, robotic knee replacement, and then the Da Vinci that we started. We've already done almost 20 cases with Da Vinci already, and that's just going to take off even more and more. We have a new general surgeon coming in August who's Da Vinci trained, and so we're definitely have grown. Obviously, you can just look and see we've grown, but technologically, we've grown even more. The technology in our building is as good as anyone in the area. I'll put it against anyone in the country for a hospital our size and in our location. But we're there. We're there technologically, not only with the robotic things that we're doing, but with our MRI, our CT, and other things. But again, it's great to have that technology. It's great to be able to afford to have that technology. But you've got to have people to be able to run and use that technology. And then you have to have the folks to be able to help maintain it from a maintenance standpoint, to be able to fix it, preventative maintenance, and an information systems department because with all the technology and the computers, you have to have those folks to be able to do that. And that's the foundation that I was talking about earlier that you have to have in order to be successful. But it's exciting. It's an exciting place to be right now.
We've gone through the COVID period of time, and a lot of things were shut down. The one aspect of the hospital is the auxiliary, the volunteers. Does that come back full strength?
They're coming back in the last probably year or so. It's gaining more and more momentum of getting folks back, and we're there. We're getting there. That was kind of the last piece to kind of be able to say, hey, we're back to where we were with getting all the volunteers back up there. But that's coming along nicely.
The great thing, like I said, the hospital's grown. Years ago, everybody had to go out of town for all these things. Cancer research is another thing. Talk about the cancer unit where people can get treatment here and not have to go out of town. That's been a big boost to a lot of families to have their, someone's going through that, to be able to get the treatment here and not have to go out of town.
It's been a wonderful project, and we're continuing to grow and build upon that. It's a wonderful program. We knew we would be busy. We didn't realize how busy we would be, not only here locally, but multi-county wise. You can see that big infusion center that we have to be able to take care of people. We're able to do clinical trials here locally. Not many, if any, communities our size, but our affiliation with the JC and JC Lewis Cancer Center, with that affiliation, we're able to do clinical trials here locally. We're able to mix the medications right on site, so they're kind of made to order. They don't have to be transported. We have our compound pharmacist right there, so if your treatment's at 10 o'clock, that medicine and everything is being done right then and there, and it's ready to go. It's one of those things, Bob, that I hate the fact that we have to have something like that to take care of folks because there's a need. Nothing would make us happier if we could just lock the doors of that place tomorrow, because if we found a cure for this awful disease. But if folks are going to need this service and we can provide it here locally, that's what we want to do. And it makes such a difference for families because, their folks can come and they can drop them off here, and they can, some of these infusions can take multiple hours. They can go to the grocery store and go run some errands and do some things because they're right here locally. The patient convenience is great, but there was something when we first opened. I had a lady come to me and say, "Joe, I'm so excited that you're opening this cancer center. I'm going to move my treatments. I was over in Brunswick, and I'm going to have them come over here." And I said, "Well, that's great. I'm glad we're able to do that." She said, "You probably never thought of this," which I didn't. She said, when you go, sometimes when you have your treatment, chemotherapy, sometimes before you leave, they give you a bunch of fluids." And she said, after you go by that Parker's in Sterling, there's not another bathroom between there and Jesup. That's one of those things that I never thought of. It's little things like that make things more convenient for our patients. And that's what we're here. We're not a for-profit entity. We're here to take care of our community, like our motto says, caring for the community. We're here to be able to do what we can do here and take care of patients and do it really, really well. We're never going to do open heart surgery here. We're never going to do, brain surgery here. But if we can pick a lot of good core services that we can provide, and we can do them well, that's going to save folks a lot of trips from going out of town.
Well, the good thing is this hospital's thriving. You read every year, small town hospitals are dying breeds. The fact that we have more hospitals sustained, it continues to grow and add things to it. And it's just a blessing to have a hospital here in Wayne County community.
It is. It is a blessing. It's a wonderful thing to have, and we've been very fortunate. Again, I'm going to talk about our foundation. We have a foundation of the things I talked about earlier that have allowed all these things to transpire. We have about 100 more employees than we had probably about 7 or 8 years ago. We've added 100 positions in the last, I would say, almost 8 years, and it's been gradual. So now we have more folks can work here locally and be able to provide care for our citizens.
I'm glad to be able to celebrate Hospital Week, but again, we just transitioned, getting late to the program. You're going to be back another year as my color man. Looking forward to another football season.
Man. Are you kidding me? I'm looking forward to football season as soon as that lasts.
You plan all the trips, you plan all the restaurants.
I am.
He helped the baseball team this past. I mean, they call him, and he does the itinerary for everything, and it lines it all up.
Yes, if something
is that your side business?
No, I have a future in something else. Yeah, Bob. I mean, after the last play of the season, I'm already looking forward to it. I'm glad we're going to do the spring game Friday night, and I look forward to football season. There's a lot of talent.
It's just unbelievable going out there. The last couple of times I've been out there, the number of college coaches that are arriving on campus. I mean, the airport must be extremely busy because these people flying in from everywhere, Minnesota, LSU.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it's great to see the attention this program is getting. And like Coach Shaw says, it just opens up so many opportunities for all those other kids. I mean,
sure.
You go out there and put on a show, somebody's going to notice you.
How many times have we heard that a school comes to look at player A, but while they're here they see player B, right. And all of a sudden player B winds up going somewhere, going to that school. So I mean, like you said, it opens opportunities and it makes it special. It makes it special. And Coach Shaw and his staff, and they have done a fantastic job. And I'm hoping we're going to address some of the needs the football program has, Bob. The football program's done their part. They need a weight room. Well, athletic department needs a weight room. And we need something done with the football stadium. I mean, you and I both know JC Stadium, either renovation or something, it's falling apart.
I keep telling that I have this nightmare that at press ball is just going to fall over. I just hope I'm not in it when it does.
Well, I've noticed over the years, Bob, when we get a bad call or something goes wrong and you stomp that foot, that box is shaking more and more every year than it used to when you stomp that foot. So it's exciting. Really, Coach Shaw and his staff has really done a good job. And Scott Brown being back. I mean, he's a quality individual, and he's emblematic of what is going on right now.
I said the guys that Coach Shaw brought in are just quality people. And I said, and that's what I told somebody the other day. I said, not only is Coach Shaw a good person, a good coach, he's just a quality person.
Yeah.
And he cares about those kids, and things he's done for those kids is just amazing. Those kids generally know this guy's got their back. I mean,
he was able. What's been great is he's been able to not only be successful so quickly, which is remarkable, but again it goes back to when I talked about his foundation. He was able to gain those kids' trust and credibility quite quickly, and that speaks volumes of what he's done.
Again, always good to see you. And like I said, we look forward to the scrimmage next Friday night. But again, one more time, talk about Hospital Week, the importance of it, and it's being recognized this week. It ends tomorrow, is that correct?
It ends tomorrow. It's really important, especially as we come out of the pandemic and we've talked about this, and folks in this community have, during the pandemic, have really, really done a good job of rallying behind us and sent meals and the prayer services every night, my shift change. And, this is a way, again, to recognize those folks that, again, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, they're there. They're there to take care of you with open arms, and it's nice to be able to recognize those folks and have a fun week. So thank you for recognizing our folks as well.
All right, Joe, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. World famous Butch and Bob show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Vans Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.